Closer, closer. They were going to hit it. At the last moment, their dad braked hard. The car jerked to an abrupt stop. Beacon's head slammed against the window. Stars exploded across his eyes. And then everything was still. The engine knocked over the ringing in Beacon's ears. Beacon blinked away the spots in his vision, searching through the cloud of dust outside the window for the creature in the woods. But if it was there, he couldn't see it. What was that? Everleigh finally said. I don't know. Their dad gripped the steering wheel with white-knuckled fingers. I was driving along normally, and then all of a sudden something just gave, and I lost control. Beacon blew out a relieved breath. You okay, Beaks? Their dad asked, twisting around to check him over for injury. Is everyone okay? Once he confirmed that no one was missing an arm or needed CPR, he climbed out of the car, briskly wiping the wrinkles out of his suit. The twins weren't far behind. Smoke billowed from underneath the hood of the car like a huffing dragon. Their dad coughed and blew away the fumes as he tried unsuccessfully to open the hood. Everleigh released an annoyed sigh and nudged him aside with her hip. Then she unlatched the hood with a practiced flick of her wrist and peered underneath at the tangle of metal and wires. What is it? Their dad asked eagerly. Radiator's blown, Everleigh said, hands balled on her hips. Everleigh was practically a pro mechanic. She'd been fixing cars with their older brother Jasper ever since she was in diapers. Now she fixed them alone. Can you fix it? Their dad asked. Not without some leak sealant, and we don't have any on hand. If we were back at home, she said meaningfully. Now that would be a different story. Their dad ignored the barb. We'll need to call a tow truck then. He ducked away to the driver's seat, and Beacon got out his cell phone. He tapped the screen, but the browser wouldn't load. The internet isn't working, Beacon said. Everleigh snatched the phone from his hand. Hey, give that back, Beacon said, but his sister twisted out of his reach to type. Even though they were twins, Everleigh had at least 2 inches on her brother, a fact she used to her advantage at every opportunity. No reception, Everleigh said. That's just great. She shoved the phone back at Beacon's chest. Beacon grumbled and stowed the cell phone in his pocket. Then the twins looked down either side of the isolated road. That's when Beacon realized just how late it was. It hadn't exactly been bright and sunny before, but now the trees looked black against the bruised fruit sky. It was so quiet he could actually hear insects chirping and trilling in the long grass on the side of the road, instead of just cars and people, like back in L.A. A fine mist sprayed off the ocean, and the air bit through Beacon's thin sweatshirt with razor-sharp teeth. Everleigh rubbed warmth back into her arms, which were prickled with goosebumps. Their dad had warned them that it would be chilly by the water, but it seemed to be getting cooler with every passing second. Beacon thought of the movement he'd seen in the woods before the car broke down, and a shiver scuttled down his spine. Those eyes had been huge. He didn't even want to think about what kind of animal they belonged to. Well, I guess we'll have to walk, their dad said, jolting Beacon from his thoughts. I am not walking. His dad and sister stared at him, and Beacon crossed his arms stiffly. I saw something in the woods before the car broke down. Don't tell me you're worried about aliens, Everleigh said. Don't be stupid, Beacon retorted. They'd Googled Driftwood Harbor before the move. The only things they could find about the place were some old newspaper articles about a large object that had crashed in the water back in 1960-something or other. Of course, a bunch of weirdos on the internet had insisted it was a UFO. It was probably just a deer, their dad said.